What trolling motors is this adapter compatible with? And how do you mount them to your watercraft? It's compatible with ones like these, the basic transit mount trolling motors with 5 speeds. Anybody who's fished on a boat has likely used one of these, and one of you likely has one stored away in your garage or shed. But not all of them will fit the drive motor for the Autoboat SmartHead. So there's a list of approved trolling motors up here on top, and the ones that are not approved but people still mod them, and ones that are completely not compatible like the ones below. Autoboat will work when the trolling motor is mounted to the transom or stern, but it's much better if it's in the front. All the technology is meant to pull the boat, not push it. Sometimes you get lucky and your boat already has a transom mount in the front because it's made for a trolling motor like this. But other times, in fact most times, you have to buy some sort of mounting bracket like this Newport transom motor mount, which makes anywhere on your boat a transom wherever you mount it. We like to mount these right here on the bow, and they do a really good job. And a lot of times we just make our own custom mount. That is also an option. As long as it is able to hold a trolling motor like this, you can use Autoboat to the full features. There's already a lot of third-party transom mounts that drop into the center drives of the most popular kayaks that Autoboat will fit right onto like a glove. And you can likely enjoy most of the features that are allowed on Autoboat, although the features will always work better right at the bow, as that's what not only this, but most GPS trolling motors are meant for, to pull the boat. The next section is installation. How do you install the all-new SmartHead to your trolling motor? So first off, you have to have an approved trolling motor. That way this system fits. You need to have a mount, like we just talked about. So we're gonna go ahead and just do that real quick. And then we will get the trolling motor on here, sized correctly, make sure it has the proper depth off the bow, and then we can start the process of removing the stock head. Pretty nice ergonomics for the Newport trolling motor, extendable tiller, shows you your power range from where you're at. It's nice, but I mean, it's not smart, so this head's going off. In order to take this head off, you'll need to access all the wiring inside. So there's generally 4 to 6 bolts underneath like this. You'll just have to remove all those. There'll be a control module that the tiller was attached to. Disconnect all wires from it, then get rid of it. You should have 6 sets of wires loose. The stock power cord that leads into the motor head, along with the yellow and white wires, need to be discarded. While the head is off, do not forget to take off your stock depth regulator, because it's going to be replaced by the new depth regulator, which interlocks into the drive motor. And the drive motor attaches directly to the steering tensioner knob right here. All the new SmartHeads come with a one-piece gear, so the clamshell on the drive motor opens up, but the gear must be put over the shaft before you install the SmartHead. Reinstall the steering tensioner screw to secure the drive motor. Some trolling motors may vary, even though the design's the same. You may have to put a washer or two to space out the depth regulator, just to make sure it's not catching the shaft. Right now it's fine, but if you feel like there's some binding or catching on the shaft, then that's all you would have to do to stop it. In trolling motors like these white and yellow wires go with the stock head to use the throttle, but we got rid of those. They're useless. All you need is the power in the ground, and you need about a 3-inch lead, or in this case, I just put my thumb there and there was like a thumb's distance. Went ahead and cut them off. Go ahead and deglove the wire coating at or just over a 1/2 inch back. And what's more important is you want to keep them straight. Do not twist the wires. A lot of people have habit in twisting, but with these connectors, they just need to go in straight, or you may lose connection if you twist the wires to get them in here. Just try and put them as carefully and gently as you can, and then close the circuit. Do this for both the power and ground. If you don't like these connectors and you think heat shrink butt connectors are going to be better, then you do have the option to do that if you have the skill. These connectors are just here to make it super simple for the average Joe with little to no wiring experience to go ahead and connect your trolling motor to the SmartHead. Once connected, carefully bend them upward and push them into the head. If they bind too much, then reopen the circuits and trim the wires down a little bit. You cannot stuff the wires back down into the shaft. They can only go into the SmartHead collar like so. Once you have that head on, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the wires, so the screw that's supposed to secure the head back to the shaft may not want to go through. So get a small flathead screwdriver and let it be the pilot to guide your screw back to the bolt, and then go ahead and tighten it securely. And once this is done, you can go ahead and install the new depth collar with the teeth that interlock into the drive motor. It's on a hinge design, so you don't need to put it on before you put the SmartHead on. This can come on and off at will for maintenance. And that's it. There is way less parts here. Everything is connected. It's just one power wire that controls everything to the motor, which I have in my hand right now, and it's completely independent of the shaft, and it can be easily hidden for a clean look in anywhere. Right now I'm just going to run it under because there's a gap between the tubing and the bow plate. One of the things that makes it better is because it has its own phone app with a bunch of adjustable features. They have tremendous control over this trolling motor and how it acts and reacts to anything. You can power it up and steer it from your phone and use all the features just like you can the remote which is handy just in case the remote goes down or you forget it, like I have at least several times now. And this version of Autoboat is the best out there yet. Blows away everything. It's bigger, it's more powerful, it's quieter than the other motor. That is much more silent. So congrats to Autoboat designers on getting a much better motor there. We're just gonna go to calibrate. Our compass calibration. Done. Go ahead and finish installing anything else you need on your trolling motor and get it ready for the water. So next, we'll be testing this thing out. Make sure the kill switch is in the on position, which means it's popping out. Make sure all of the 8 buttons work on the remote for this system. And that is it for the Autoboat installation and origin. This is part of a whole library of videos, so this is just one in the pot. Remember, there is an entire series playlist, and all you have to do is click on that playlist and find which section you need information on. Also, make sure to view the Autoboat official manual if you like literature more than videos like this. The QR code should be right on the pamphlet in the package. Thank you guys. Wait for the next video in series.